He was a young man who was trying to turn it around, his family says.
Ooh, what's happening, YouTube? It's your boy Sot checking back in. Man, what's happening, y'all? I appreciate all the new subs to the channel. If you're new to my channel, sit back, relax, man. I share past experiences from prison and hopes, to keep somebody from going down that road. But if you are on your path or on your way down there, I try to share knowledge, information from my past experiences to hopefully give you some advice to stay out of trouble, do your time, and get out of the way, or just to hope you get through your time, stuff like that. That's why I share advice. But what happens when guys go to prison and they're taking all these medications? You think that just goes out the window? Just because a guy goes to jail or goes to prison doesn't mean he just miraculously heals and cured or whatever, don't have to take medication anymore. So with that being said, there's a lot of different medications. One of the main medications that guys take down there is the inhaler. That's one they'll give you. A lot of guys are asthmatic or have some kind of asthma pump. So that's one of the biggest medications you're going to see in the penitentiary is an asthma pump. And those are medications that they issue out, they give the inmate to hold with them while they're in the cell. Now you got medication that's off the wall, to keep you still living, or something for pain or something like that. Any kind of narcotics have to be issued out by the unit. So they got something called pill window. And that's why I say this is another thing that sucks about when you get your freedom taken from you, or whenever you go get locked up or go to the penitentiary. All your rights are gone. You can't even administer your own medicine. Say, for instance, you spazzing out about to die, and it's something that the unit has to hold on. You can't just have access, go to it and walk to it and get it. No, you have to go through protocol. You have to fill out. You have to go down to the infirmary, and then they're going to address your needs, the doctor or the nurse. What if it's something you need right away? Something such as an asthma or an inhaler, they give you that to keep with you at all times. Now imagine something like blood pressure medicine. They do give you that too, but what if they drop the ball on it? For instance, on the video I'm going to show you right now.
And when you check into jail, you are no longer in charge of your medication. It could be life-saving medication. It doesn't matter. You're no longer in control of it. The county is. And according to this state report, they fell down on the job, and a young man died because of it.
With that being said, I'm just giving you an example of some of the stuff that happens in prison that you don't have control over. Like if this is a guy and has a real bad medical condition and he has to take this medication all the time, but this medication is so powerful that if he has it in his hand, he can sell it to somebody, or it can cause somebody else to spaz out. They're not going to give him that medication. He has to come 2 or 3 times at the designated time to get his medication. So if it's a medication that he's supposed to take 3 times a day, he has to go down to the pill window. They call it pill window. They'll call 8 o'clock in the morning. Medication, kind of like nurse shift, when nurses have to pass out medication during a certain time. Ain't that right, baby, at the hospital? Mm-hmm. Y'all got like Times. Basically, that's what it is. You get your medication early in the morning, you get it in the evening, and you get it at nighttime. And they have designated times for this. If you miss it, oh well. You can't be like, oh, I missed my medication. A lot of them officers don't care. Some will, because they understand the step or whatever. Especially if you get spazzing out, if you about to pass out, die. But you got a lot of officers don't care. Once you miss that pill window, they gonna call pill window, pill window. You have motherfuckers in the cell that's, a little elderly, that's doing time, and they dead sleep, or they have a hearing aid, they can't hear real good, and they'll miss their medication. They'll wake up 11:30, 10 midnight or something trying to get their medication, and hell, the whole unit locked down by then, so it'll cause a whole thing for them to call somebody, a sergeant or whatever. They'll call somebody, hopefully somebody down there in medical that can give you your medication. Some medication can't be administered out, like narcotics, stuff like that. They're not gonna give that to the inmate to hold in the cell, because some inmates do get K-Packs where they'll have like 50 blood pressure pills or something. They'll give you that, or they'll give you something, but they're not giving you nothing strong. I'm gonna tell you why. So imagine I'm getting hydrocodones, I get a whole pill bottle, 20, 25. They're not gonna give me that and let me keep that in my cell for the interest. I might be sell them on. I might be a misabuse them. I might take them all at once. If shit, hell, if I'm having a bad day, I might just take all these motherfuckers, man. It'd be my last day. Another example why they're not gonna give you might be selling them on the unit. And when you got a bunch of narcotics being sold around the unit, what happens? You got a bunch of problems. When you got a bunch of crazy motherfuckers or a bunch of motherfuckers that's in here, they already dangerous. Now these motherfuckers on drugs too? Ooh-wee. But that's kind of how medication and pill window works in prison. But when you lose the ability to control your own medication, you lose your freedom to go and take medication as you please. You at the mercy of somebody else's hands.
And he, checked himself in to pay his small debt. They took his insulin from him.
That oversight killed Matthew Shelton, according to the Texas Jail Standards Commission. He died in custody.
This is another prime example of why you don't want to be in the penitentiary or you don't want to be committing crimes out here in the world. You got it all the time. People turn themselves in to, like, they might have like a little ticket or something they forgot about or something small to pay for that they forgot about, and they'll turn themselves in to do maybe a day or 2 days in jail. This man was supposed to do 3 days in jail and get right back out. He turned himself in.
But 28-year-old Matthew Shelton had old business to take care of first, so he checked himself into the Harris County Jail last March to settle an old DUI warrant. But he never checked out.
I forgot to give him his medication, and the man ends up dying. Big time lawsuit, but who's gonna be held accountable? The county, they might have to pay out some money, and then on to the next. This happens all the time. Just so instance that there's enough evidence to prove that there was neglect on the county side. The majority of those guys end up dying and nothing's being said. They'll make it like, oh, it's this inmate's fault because they didn't get up or they didn't say nothing or they didn't do this. That's how it rocks, man. But in this case, you got the family, man. They rocking out. They called to the jail. That's another thing, man. You can complain. Like this guy right here complain. Call home to his people. You complain. And it's still gonna be hard for your people to get anything done. They can call to the jail. They're gonna get this roadblock, this roadblock, this roadblock. After so long, your people just kind of give up. They're not knowing how serious it is. And bam, next thing you know, the person dead. Now your family out here wondering like, damn, I should have took it more serious. I should have, wish they would have answered the call. A lot of different things. But when you're trying to contact or get a hold of somebody that's inside the institution or the justice system because there's some wrongdoing, there's protocols, and they're gonna make you jump through the loops. You can't just call and be like, hey, this going on. Somebody gonna investigate right then and there. It should be like that, especially when it's something that important or something that dire, somebody needing their medication,
He died after a desperate phone call to his own family.
Hey, I'm not receiving diabetic medication.
Your wife was concerned. What did she take any action at that point?
Yeah, they started immediately calling the Harris County Jail. They could not get a hold of anybody.
Shelton appears to have died a miserable death alone in his cell.
But that was just a quick video, man. Let you know that's how medication works in prison. Most guys still get their medication, but there's designated times, for them to come out their cell, and there's a big window. It's like dope fiends in line, man. Everybody in line, one by one, they get their medication, they go back to their cell. That's how it works. Some medication is not narcotics, or some that's not too strong, or something that's nobody really wants in the institution, they'll give to the inmate. They'll give a K-Pack. They might have like 40 or 50 at a time. But trust me, it's gonna be some shit nobody on the unit wants. Because remember, all drugs, anything that alter your mind in prison is like gold. It's going to sell in the institution, man, So for anybody that got somebody locked up and you know that they're on some kind of medication or they're taking medication, check on your folks, check on your people, man. But until next time, much love, much respect. It's your boy Sai signing off. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, man.
And now the Jail Standards Commission has found the county made a critical mistake. First, noting that Matthew should have medicine on him, then not providing it. It has led to changes now at the jail, says HCSO. Harris Health made those changes. That county entity had taken over medical care at the jail just weeks before Matthew died.
Just a huge violation of his overall civil rights. He should go in there, be safe, do the 3 days, and come out, be normal again.
This country you gotta make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the money. That's why you gotta make your own moves.